An endless expanse of white stretches across the frozen valley. The wind, a biting, relentless force, howls through the mountains, a constant reminder of this land's unforgiving nature. In this vast, silent wilderness, a sense of profound isolation takes hold, a primal fear that everything here is locked in a struggle for survival. Out of the swirling snow, a dark mass emerges, a herd of musk oxen standing shoulder to shoulder, a fortress of fur and horn. Their breath steams in the frigid air, each puff a small cloud of defiance against the cold. Their coats, a shaggy, dense armor, are caked with ice and snow. Their massive horns, curved like ancient shields, point outwards, a formidable barrier against any threat. They are a picture of resilience, an island of life in a sea of ice. But they are not alone. The camera pans slowly, revealing a series of faint, shimmering lights in the distance, pinpricks of gold in the blue-tinged twilight. As the lens focuses, the lights resolve into glowing eyes, a pack of Arctic wolves, moving like ghosts across the snow. Their white coats are the perfect camouflage, rendering them nearly invisible against the landscape. They move with an eerie silence, a fluid, coordinated advance that speaks of generations of perfected hunting strategy. This is not a story of a quick, brutal chase. This is something far more primal, a contest of endurance, a chess match played on a board of ice and snow. Here, in the heart of the Arctic, patience is a weapon far deadlier than speed. The wolves will not rush. They will test, they will probe, they will wait. Their strategy is one of relentless pressure, a slow, calculated siege designed to exploit any weakness, any crack in the oxen's defense. The pack leader, a large male with eyes like chips of amber, signals with a subtle dip of his head. The pack fans out, a silent, white crescent tightening around the herd. They don't charge. Instead, they begin to circle, a mesmerizing, perpetual motion. Their goal is not to immediately attack, but to agitate, to create confusion and panic within the herd. The constant movement, the unblinking stares, are a form of psychological warfare. The musk oxen respond with their time-honored defense. The bulls form a tight, outward-facing ring, their powerful heads lowered, their horns a near-impenetrable wall. Inside this living citadel, the females and the young are sheltered, their nervous calls muffled by the wind. The lead bull, a colossal patriarch with a scarred face and immense horns, stamps his hoof, a deep, resonant thud against the frozen ground. It's a challenge, a declaration that this ground will be defended. Hours pass. The sun, a weak disk in the sky, offers little warmth. The standoff continues, a silent tableau of predator and prey. The wolves' patience is astounding. They take turns resting in the snow, conserving energy, while others maintain the circling patrol. They are waiting for a mistake, a moment of inattention, a young ox straying too far from the protective circle, an old bull tiring. The psychological toll on the musk oxen is immense. They cannot rest. They must remain vigilant, constantly turning to face the ever-present threat. The cold seeps into their bones, and their energy reserves begin to dwindle. This is the wolves' true weapon, exhaustion. They aim to drain the herd's strength, to wear them down until their formidable defense begins to crumble. As dusk begins to settle, casting long purple shadows across the valley, the wolves sense a shift. A younger bull on the edge of the circle becomes agitated. He charges out a few feet, then retreats, breaking the perfect symmetry of the defensive ring. It's a small error, But it's the opening the wolves have been waiting for. Instantly, two wolves dart in, not at the bull, but at the gap he created. Their movements are lightning fast, a blur of white against the darkening snow. The other oxen scramble to close the breach, their deep bellows echoing in the cold air. But the wolves are too quick. They are not trying to make a kill just yet. They are sowing chaos, trying to separate a weaker individual from the safety of the herd. Their target is a young calf tucked behind its mother. The wolves snap and harry, forcing the mother to turn and defend, momentarily separating her from the main group. The pack leader sees the opportunity and directs the attack. The entire pack now focuses its energy on this one isolated pair. The mother is valiant, swinging her horns and driving the wolves back, but she is outnumbered. The lead bull of the herd sees the danger. With a powerful roar, he breaks from the defensive circle, charging towards the separated mother and calf. It's a huge risk. By leaving the ring, he exposes himself and weakens the herd's overall defense. But his instinct to protect the young is overwhelming. His charge is magnificent, a ton of furious muscle and horn thundering across the snow. The wolves scatter before his onslaught, their attack momentarily broken. He reaches the mother and calf, guiding them back towards the relative safety of the herd. The pack regroups, their golden eyes glowing with an undiminished intensity. The attack failed, but they have learned valuable information. They have tested the herd's leader, gauged his strength and his resolve. They have identified the most vulnerable members. They have not lost, they have simply refined their plan. The night deepens, and a full moon rises, bathing the frozen landscape in an ethereal, silvery light. The temperature plummets even further. For the musk oxen, the long, cold night will be another test of their incredible fortitude. For the wolves, it is simply another phase of the hunt. They settle down in the snow, a patient, silent jury, their eyes never leaving the dark shape of the herd. This is the rhythm of the Arctic, a slow, deliberate dance of survival, where life and death hang in a delicate balance. It's a world where strength is measured, not just in power, but in patience. The intelligence of the pack against the unity of the herd. This ancient conflict, played out under the silent gaze of the northern lights, is a testament to the raw, untamed beauty of the natural world and the unyielding will to survive. The story is far from over. As dawn approaches, both sides will gather their strength for the next chapter in this epic struggle. The wolves will press their advantage, and the musk oxen will stand their ground. Who will prevail is never certain. In the Arctic, the only guarantee is the struggle itself. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the wild as fascinating as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible stories from our planet's most extreme environments. In the heart of the frozen wilderness, a silent, deadly ballet is about to unfold. On one side, a pack of wolves, masters of the hunt, their movements a whisper against the snow. On the other, a herd of musk oxen, ancient survivors, a fortress of fur and horn. This isn't just a clash of predator and prey. It's a battle of wits, a high-stakes chess match played on the board of the Arctic tundra. The wolves emerge from the gray twilight, not as a chaotic mob, but as a disciplined unit. They are specters in the snow, using every ridge, every drift, every shadow to conceal their approach. Look closely. You can see the pack structure in action. At the very front are the scouts, often younger, more agile members. Their job is to probe the defenses, to find a weakness, to test the resolve of the herd. They are the skirmishers, the tip of the spear. Then, moving wide on either side, are the flankers. These are the seasoned veterans, the strategic thinkers of the pack. They don't charge head-on. Instead, they arc out, their goal to encircle, to cut off any escape, to turn the vast open space into a claustrophobic trap. Their movements are fluid, coordinated, a testament to years of hunting together. They communicate with subtle shifts in body language, a flick of an ear, a glance, a change in posture. It's a silent language of lethal intent. And at the back, observing, directing, are the alpha pair. They are the generals, the masterminds of this operation. They don't waste energy on the initial charge. Their role is far more critical. They hold back, their elevated position on a snow-covered rise, giving them a commanding view of the entire scene. From here, they analyze the musk oxen's formation. They identify the weakest link, the most vulnerable target, and they will decide the precise moment to commit their full force. Their experience and leadership are the glue that holds the entire strategy together. Faced with this encroaching threat, the musk oxen don't scatter. Panic is a death sentence here. Instead, they do what their ancestors have done for thousands of years. They form a circle. It's an instinctive, brilliant defensive maneuver. The adults turn their backs to the center, their formidable horns facing outward, creating a living, breathing fortress of sharp points and thick bosses. Inside this protective ring, the most vulnerable members of the herd, the calves, are sheltered from the wolves' snapping jaws. This circle of defense, often called a phalanx, is nearly impenetrable. Each ox protects the flank of its neighbor. Any wolf that dares to charge head-on risks being gored, trampled, or thrown into the air by a powerful upward thrust of those deadly horns. It's a wall of defiance, a testament to the power of unity and collective defense. The air crackles with tension, thick with the steam of panicked breath and predatory focus. The frozen valley has transformed. It's no longer just a landscape, it's a battlefield. This is a game of patience. The wolves can't break the circle by force alone. They must use cunning. They begin to circle, a relentless, flowing river of gray fur around the static island of musk oxen. They are testing, probing, looking for a single moment of hesitation, a single gap in the horned wall. This is psychological warfare. The constant movement, the unblinking stares, the sheer presence of the predators is designed to create stress, to induce fatigue. The wolves are waiting for an ox to break ranks, perhaps a younger, less experienced one, or an older one that tires. They will run feints, sudden lunges that are designed to draw a charge and create an opening. One wolf will dash in, forcing an ox to lunge forward, and in that split second, the flank of its neighbor is exposed. Another wolf is already there, waiting to exploit that momentary lapse. But the musk oxen are stubborn. They are built for endurance. Their thick coats protect them from the biting cold and offer some padding against attacks. Their strategy is to stand their ground, to conserve energy, to wait out the siege. They know that as long as the circle holds, they are relatively safe. They are a collective, and their survival depends on each individual holding the line. The alphas watch, their minds calculating. Is the herd tiring? Is there a weak individual they can isolate? They might direct the pack to focus their attention on one specific animal, hoping the concentrated pressure will force a mistake. The pack works as one, a singular mind with many bodies, all focused on a single goal: to breach the fortress. Minutes stretch into what feels like hours. The standoff is a brutal test of endurance for both sides. The wolves are burning precious calories, energy they desperately need to survive in this harsh environment. Every failed attack, every moment spent circling, is a drain on their resources. A failed hunt is not just a missed meal, it's a step closer to starvation. The musk oxen, too, are under immense pressure. Standing perfectly still in the freezing cold also consumes energy, and the constant threat, the psychological toll of being surrounded by predators, is exhausting. The calves, huddled in the center, are becoming restless. Their fear is palpable, and then it happens. A subtle shift. Perhaps one of the flanker wolves sees an opportunity. An older bull on the edge of the circle seems to be favoring a leg. Or maybe a younger ox, unnerved by a wolf's close pass, shuffles its feet, creating a momentary gap. It's the opening the alpha has been waiting for. A signal is given, so subtle it's invisible to our eyes. But the pack understands. The flanking wolves surge forward, not at the entire circle, but at that single, identified weak point. Their goal is not to kill immediately, but to splinter the formation, to separate one individual from the safety of the herd. The charge is explosive. The targeted musk ox is suddenly overwhelmed, facing attacks from multiple angles. It's forced to turn, to defend itself, and in doing so, it breaks from the protective circle. The moment it is isolated, its fate is all but sealed. The pack swarms, a flurry of teeth and claws. The rest of the herd might try to reform, to come to the aid of their fallen comrade, but it's often too late. The wolves are ruthlessly efficient. Once the target is down, the hunt is over. The rest of the musk ox herd, the integrity of their defense broken, may move off, the immediate threat having passed. The wolves have secured their meal, a hard-won victory that will sustain them for days to come. The price of that meal was a masterful display of strategy, teamwork, and relentless perseverance. What we've just witnessed is more than a simple act of nature. It's a complex interplay of instinct and intelligence, of offense and defense that has been perfected over countless generations. The wolves' coordinated attack, from the scouts and flankers to the directing alphas, is a lesson in military precision. The musk oxen's defensive circle is a testament to the power of collective security. In the unforgiving world of the Arctic, survival is an art form, and these two species are among its greatest masters. This eternal dance of predator and prey is one of the most powerful and awe-inspiring dramas on our planet. Thanks for watching. If you found this battle of wits as fascinating as I do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories from the wild. We'll see you in the next one.
In the vast, frozen expanse of the Arctic, a silent drama is unfolding. A chess match played on a board of snow and ice. On one side, the musk oxen, ancient behemoths. Their shaggy coats a fortress against the biting wind. They stand shoulder to shoulder, a formidable, living wall of horns and muscle. On the otter, the Arctic wolves, ghosts of the tundra. Their white fur, a perfect camouflage against the stark landscape. They are a pack, a family, a single, coordinated hunting machine. For hours, the standoff has been a study in patience. The wolves circle, probing, testing, their movements fluid and economical. They don't waste energy. Every step is calculated. The musk oxen remain steadfast, a circle of defense, with the young and vulnerable sheltered in the center. The air crackles with unspoken tension. It's a battle of endurance, a test of will. Who will blink first? The wolves know that a direct assault on this wall of horns would be suicide. Their strategy is far more subtle. A game of psychological warfare. Then, it happens. A subtle signal, perhaps a flick of an ear or a glance from the alpha, passes through the pack. A single wolf, a younger male, darts forward. It's a feint, a calculated bluff. He veers away at the last second, not even coming close to the horned perimeter. But the purpose wasn't to attack. It was to provoke a reaction. And it works. The herd ripples, a wave of nervous energy passing through the massive animals. They shift their weight, their formation adjusting ever so slightly, a momentary break in their perfect, disciplined circle. That's all the wolves needed. The hook is set. As the herd resettles, one older musk ox, perhaps weary from the long standoff, finds itself a half-step out of line. It's a tiny, almost imperceptible gap, but to the wolves, it's a glaring vulnerability. Their eyes, sharp and intelligent, locked onto this single point of weakness. A silent communication flows through the pack. The alpha's gaze directs the others. Instantly, their positions change. They don't run. They don't howl. They flow like water, silently repositioning themselves, tightening their circle around the herd. The pressure builds without a single sound. The wolves are no longer just circling. They are constricting. They begin to apply pressure specifically on the side with the misaligned ox. More feints, quicker and closer now, are directed at that spot. The goal is to isolate it, to cut it off from the safety of the herd. The other musk oxen sense the shift in tactics. They try to close the gap, to pull their companion back into the protective fold. But the wolves are relentless, a coordinated force of nature. They flow into the space, blocking the path, turning a small gap into a chasm. The targeted ox is now visibly stressed. It bellows, a deep, resonant sound of distress that echoes across the tundra. It swings its massive head, its horns carving arcs in the frigid air. But the wolves are masters of evasion. They dance just out of reach, their movements a blur of white against the snow. They are patient, waiting for the perfect moment. They are not just hunting an animal, they are dismantling a fortress, piece by piece. The pack works as one, some wolves distracting the main herd, preventing a rescue, while the others focus solely on their chosen target. The herd is in a terrible dilemma. To charge out and help their stranded member would mean breaking their defensive formation entirely, exposing the calves in the center to the rest of the pack. It's a cruel calculation, a life for a life decision that nature demands. The wolves exploit this hesitation, their pressure intensifying. The isolated ox becomes more and more panicked, its movements more frantic and less defensive. It makes a desperate run back toward the herd, but the wolves are there to intercept, turning it away, driving it further into the open. The pack now moves in for the final phase. They are no longer feinting. The alpha gives the signal, and the attack begins in earnest. It is swift, brutal, and incredibly efficient. The pack converges, a whirlwind of white fur and focused intent. The struggle is intense, but the outcome was decided long before, back when that single ox took one small step out of line. In the stark beauty of the Arctic, survival is a game of inches, of moments, of tiny mistakes. The wolves, masters of this game, have won this round. As the pack gathers, the musk ox herd reforms its circle, smaller by one, the tension slowly ebbing away, replaced by the grim reality of life and death on the tundra. This ancient drama, played out countless times over millennia, is a powerful reminder of the delicate balance and the unforgiving rules that govern the natural world. It is a testament to the incredible intelligence and teamwork of the Arctic wolf and the stoic resilience of the musk ox, a silent, epic story written in the snow. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the heart of the wild. If you were captivated by this story of strategy and survival, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing wildlife encounters. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from the untamed world. See you next time.
In the vast, frozen expanse of the Arctic, life is a constant battle for survival. For the ancient musk ox, a relic of the Ice Age, every day is a test of strength and endurance. But they are not alone in this unforgiving landscape. A formidable predator, perfectly adapted to this world of ice and snow, is always watching, always waiting. The Arctic wolf. This is the story of an epic confrontation, a timeless dance of predator and prey, where the stakes are life and death. A herd of musk oxen, their shaggy coats providing a near impenetrable shield against the biting cold, grazes peacefully on the sparse tundra vegetation. They move as one, a fortress of muscle and horn. The calves, the future of the herd, are kept safely in the center, surrounded by a wall of vigilant adults. The lead bull, a magnificent giant with a massive horn boss, keeps a watchful eye, his breath turning to clouds of mist in the frigid air. They seem invulnerable, a living mountain range on the move, but their peace is about to be shattered. Unseen, unheard, the wolf pack shadows them, spread out, using the subtle contours of the landscape for cover. They are ghosts in the snow. Their communication is silent, a language of posture, glances, and subtle ear movements. The alpha pair leads the hunt, their experience and intelligence guiding the pack. They've been watching the herd for hours, maybe even days, assessing their strength, looking for any sign of weakness, any individual that might be old, sick, or unwary. This isn't a random chase. It's a calculated, strategic operation honed by thousands of years of evolution. The tension is palpable, a silent promise of the violence to come. The signal is given, an imperceptible shift in the alpha stance, and the hunt explodes into action. The attack begins. Wolves rush from multiple angles, a coordinated storm of gray and white fur. Their strategy is classic: create chaos and confusion. They don't go for the massive bull's head-on. That would be suicide. Instead, they are lightning-fast shadows, snapping at the legs and flanks of the outer ring adults, testing the defenses, trying to break the herd's formation. They are relentless, darting in and out, their sharp teeth seeking purchase, their movements a blur against the white canvas of the tundra. The musk oxen react instantly. There is no panic, only a primal, unified defense. The herd tightens its ranks, forming the legendary defensive circle. It's an impregnable fortress of horns and hooves. The bulls face outward, their massive heads lowered, presenting a daunting wall of sharp, curved horns. The calves and younger animals are safe within this living citadel. The frozen ground shakes as the musk oxen charge back, not in a panicked retreat, but in a powerful, disciplined counterattack. The hook of their horns slams forward, a deadly weapon capable of impaling an unwary predator. Snow explodes into the air as strength meets coordination in a brutal collision. One young wolf, perhaps a bit too bold, misjudges its timing. It lunges, and a bull pivots with surprising speed. The wolf narrowly escapes being gored, the sharp tip of a horn grazing its side. A painful lesson in respect for the power of its prey. The air is filled with the snarls of the wolves and the deep, guttural bellows of the musk oxen. It's a raw, visceral spectacle, a moment of pure, untamed nature where every second counts. The wolves press their attack, constantly probing, looking for a single mistake, a single opening in the wall of horns. The wolves' primary target is not the powerful adults. Their goal is to separate a calf from the protection of the herd. They work in teams, one wolf creating a diversion on one side, while others try to penetrate the defensive line on the other. It's a high-stakes game of chess, played with fangs and horns. The lead wolf, a seasoned veteran of countless hunts, directs the attack with chilling precision. It feigns a charge, drawing the attention of the lead bull, while two other pack members make a dash towards a gap that has momentarily opened. The mother of a young calf immediately steps in, her own horns a formidable barrier, pushing the wolves back. The standoff can last for hours. It's a battle of attrition, a test of will and stamina. The wolves are built for endurance, able to keep up the pressure relentlessly. But the musk oxen are masters of conservation. Their immense bodies built to withstand both the cold and prolonged conflict, the constant movement, the feints and charges, the sheer stress of the encounter begins to take its toll on both sides. The wolves are burning precious energy, and every failed attack increases their risk of injury. For the musk oxen, maintaining the tight defensive formation under constant harassment is exhausting. Suddenly, the alpha wolf sees its chance. A younger bull on the edge of the circle, perhaps tired or inexperienced, leaves a small gap as it turns to face a new threat. It's the opening the pack has been waiting for. In a flash, two wolves dart into the breach. Chaos erupts within the circle. The musk oxen scramble to close the gap, but it's too late. The wolves are inside the fortress. Their target is clear. A small calf, terrified and bleeding, is momentarily exposed. The mother desperately tries to shield her young. But the wolves are quick and agile, their movements a confusing whirlwind. The entire herd is now in motion, the defensive circle broken. The bulls charge, trying to drive the intruders out, their massive hooves pounding the frozen earth like war drums. It's a maelstrom of fur horns and desperate energy. The wolves inside the circle are now in extreme danger themselves, surrounded by 2,000-pound behemoths bent on their destruction. One wolf grabs the calf by its hind leg, trying to drag it away. The calf cries out, a sound of pure terror that galvanizes the herd. The lead bull, with a roar of fury, plows through the chaos. It lowers its head, its horn boss, a battering ram, and aims for the wolf attacking the calf. The wolf sees the danger and releases its grip, leaping aside just in time. The sheer force of the bull's charge carries it past. But the message is clear. The pack has overplayed its hand. The two wolves that breached the circle are now trapped, and the herd's fury is focused entirely on them. With incredible agility, they dodge swinging horns and trampling hooves, retreating back through the gap they created. The pack regroups at a distance, panting, their breath pluming in the icy air. The hunt has failed. The musk ox, herd, battered but unbroken, reforms its protective circle. The frightened calf, now safely tucked between its mother and another large female. The wolves watch for a few more moments, their golden eyes reflecting the harsh Arctic light. The cost of continuing the attack is too high. The risk of serious injury or death is too great. With a final, lingering look, the alpha turns and trots away, the rest of the pack following in single file, melting back into the vast white wilderness. For the musk oxen, the immediate danger has passed. They will remain vigilant, the memory of the attack sharp and fresh. For the wolves, this was just one attempt. They will hunt again, driven by a hunger that never ceases. In the Arctic, survival is a zero-sum game. Today, the musk oxen won. Tomorrow is another day, another hunt, another chapter in the endless, epic struggle for life on top of the world. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the heart of the wild. If you were captivated by this story of survival, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing wildlife encounters. Let us know in the comments which animal you'd like to see featured next. Thanks for watching. In the heart of the frozen Arctic, a timeless drama unfolds. A herd of musk oxen, ancient survivors of the Ice Age, stands shoulder to shoulder, their shaggy coats and formidable horns, a near impenetrable fortress. But they are not alone. A shadow moves across the snow, then another and another. A wolf pack, masters of this icy domain, has arrived. The hunt is on. The musk oxen immediately form their legendary defensive circle. The calves are pushed to the center, protected by a wall of adults facing outward, their sharp horns pointing towards the circling predators. It's a strategy that has worked for millennia against countless threats, but these wolves are different. They are intelligent, patient, and they have a plan. The standoff begins. The air is thick with tension. The only sounds are the wind whistling across the tundra and the nervous snorts of the oxen. The wolves don't rush in. A frontal assault would be suicide against those horns. Instead, they begin their calculated dance of death. One wolf lunges forward, a feint, drawing the attention of the horned defenders. As the oxen shift to face the threat, another wolf probes from the opposite side, testing the line, looking for any sign of weakness. This isn't a battle of brute force, it's a war of attrition. The wolves are playing the long game. They move with relentless energy, a fluid grand white tide ebbing and flowing around the static island of brown fur. They take turns, a fresh wolf replacing a tired one, constantly applying pressure, constantly forcing the musk oxen to stay alert, to burn precious energy in the biting cold. The temperature is plummeting, and every calorie counts. Hours pass. The sun, a weak disk in the polar sky, begins to dip towards the horizon. The musk oxen have not moved. Their breath now comes in heavy, ragged plumes of steam, frosting their muzzles. They are tired. The constant vigilance, the shifting and turning to meet each new probe from the circling pack, is taking its toll. This is precisely what the wolves were waiting for. Exhaustion is their most powerful weapon. A subtle shift occurs in the pack's strategy. The probes become more daring, more focused. The alpha wolf, a large, experienced male, identifies a potential target, a younger bull on the edge of the circle. Perhaps it's a fraction slower to turn, its head held a little lower than the others. The signal is given, a silent communication understood by every member of the pack. The dance intensifies, focusing on this one spot in the defensive wall. One wolf darts in, nipping at the bull's hind leg. It's a shallow wound, but it's enough. The bull bellows in pain and frustration, momentarily breaking formation to swing its massive head. In that split second, the fortress is breached. Another wolf, lightning fast, dashes into the gap, not to attack the bull, but to create chaos within the circle. Panic ripples through the herd. The perfect defensive ring, their greatest strength, begins to crumble. The calves, sensing the danger, cry out, and the adults become disoriented, trying to reform their line while also protecting their young from the wolf now inside their sanctuary. The valley, once silent, now fills with the sounds of the huntha deep bellows of the oxen, the frightened bleats of the calves, and the sharp, tactical yaps of the wolves. The pack seizes the moment. They press their advantage, splitting the herd. The chaos is their ally. The targeted young bull, now separated from the main group, finds itself alone, facing not one, but several attackers. Its sides are heaving, its powerful legs trembling with fatigue. Blood from small nips and bites now stains the pure white snow, a grim testament to the wolves' persistent assault. The bull makes a desperate last stand, swinging its horns wildly, but it's outnumbered and outmaneuvered. The wolves are a blur of coordinated motion. They attack from all sides, avoiding the lethal horns, targeting the legs and hindquarters to bring the giant down. It's a brutal, efficient, and primal spectacle. Finally, the great beast falters. It sinks to its knees, its breath a final, steamy sigh into the frigid air. The pack closes in. The hunt is over. For the wolves, this is survival. This single kill will sustain the pack for days, perhaps weeks, allowing them to endure the unforgiving Arctic winter. They have proven once again that in this land of ice and snow, it is not just strength that ensures survival, but intelligence, teamwork, and relentless patience. As the northern lights begin their silent, ethereal dance in the sky above, the pack partakes in its hard-won feast, a timeless cycle of life and death, playing out as it has for ages. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the wild. If you were captivated by this story of strategy and survival, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing wildlife encounters. We'll see you on the next adventure, the vast, frozen expanse of the Arctic, a realm of breathtaking beauty and brutal reality. For the creatures that call this icy wilderness home, every day is a battle for survival. Among the most formidable of these survivors are the Arctic wolves, masters of this unforgiving landscape. Their existence is a testament to intelligence, endurance, and the unbreakable power of the pack. Today, we journey into their world to witness a hunt that has been perfected over millennia. Strategic ballet of life and death played out on a stage of snow and ice. Our story begins with the pack on the move. 10 strong, they glide across the tundra, their white coats a near-perfect camouflage against the snow-covered terrain. They are led by the alphas, a seasoned pair whose experience is the pack's greatest asset. They are not just wandering, they are searching. Hunger gnaws at them, a constant companion in this barren land. Their target, the formidable musk oxen, ancient beasts that have roamed these lands since the last ice age. Suddenly, the lead male stops. His head lifts, nostrils twitching, tasting the frigid air. He's caught a scent. The others halt instantly, a silent, disciplined unit. They fan out, their golden eyes scanning the horizon. There, on a distant ridge, a dark, shaggy mass stands stark against the white, a herd of musk oxen. The hunt is on. But this is not a reckless charge. The wolves understand their quarry. A full-grown musk ox is a fortress of muscle, horn, and thick fur, weighing over 600 pounds. A direct assault on a healthy adult within the herd would be suicidal. The wolves' strategy is one of patience, observation, and calculation. They begin their approach using the contours of the land for cover. They flow through shallow ravines and behind snowdrifts, moving with an eerie, coordinated silence. They are not just a group of predators. They are a single, intelligent organism with 10 bodies and 1 mind. The alpha female takes a high vantage point, her gaze fixed on the herd. She is the strategist, the observer, looking for a weakness. The musk oxen are not oblivious. They sense the danger. The herd tightens, forming their legendary defensive circle. The massive bulls stand shoulder to shoulder, their heads lowered, presenting a formidable wall of sharp, curved horns to the outside world. Inside this living fortress, the younger and more vulnerable members are sheltered. It is an ancient, effective defense, one that has repelled predators for thousands of years. The wolves know this. They circle the herd, a ghostly white ring against the vast landscape. They are testing, probing, their movements designed to create panic and confusion. They make short, sharp rushes, darting in and then retreating, trying to unnerve the oxen to force a mistake. The bulls stand firm, snorting defiantly, their hooves stamping the frozen ground. It's a standoff, a tense psychological war. Minutes stretch into what feels like hours. The air crackles with tension. The wolves are patient. They can wait. They know that a static defense cannot last forever. The herd must eventually move to find new grazing grounds. As the pale Arctic sun begins its slow descent, the oxen grow restless. They cannot stay here indefinitely. The lead bull makes a decision. It's time to move. The circle breaks, and the herd begins a slow, deliberate march across the tundra, maintaining a tight formation. This is the moment the wolves have been waiting for. The transition from a static defense to a moving one is the point of greatest vulnerability. The pack springs into action. They intensify their harassment, running alongside the herd, their movements now faster, more aggressive. They are not attacking, not yet. They are applying pressure, trying to break the herd's cohesion, to separate an individual from the safety of the group. The younger wolves, full of energy, nip at the heels of the stragglers, forcing the larger bulls to turn and fend them off. Every such turn slows the herd and creates small gaps in their formation. The alpha female, ever the observer, spots her target, an older bull, lagging slightly at the rear. Perhaps it's a touch slower, its stamina waning. A subtle signal passes through the pack, an almost imperceptible shift in their focus. All their energy now converges on this one animal. The chase intensifies. The pack splits. One group continues to harry the main herd, preventing them from turning back to help. The other group, led by the alpha male, focuses entirely on the isolated bull. The targeted musk ox knows its in mortal danger. It puts on a burst of speed, its powerful legs churning through the deep snow. But the wolves are relentless. They are built for endurance. They match its every move, a flowing tide of white fur and determined eyes. They run it, tiring it out, draining its immense strength, step by grueling step. The vast, silent wilderness becomes the arena for this epic chase. The bull is a fighter. It turns and charges, horns slashing, forcing the wolves to scatter. But they flow back in immediately, a multi-headed hydra that cannot be defeated with a single blow. The distance between the lone ox and its herd grows. It is now completely isolated, a dark island in a sea of white predators. Its breathing becomes ragged, steam billowing from its nostrils in the freezing air. Exhaustion is setting in. The final takedown happens. The wolves overwhelm the isolated musk ox from all sides. The alpha male, bold and experienced, makes the first critical move, latching onto the animal's flank. The others follow suit, a synchronized attack born of instinct and teamwork. The struggle is immense, a final, desperate explosion of power from the magnificent beast. But against the coordinated force of the pack, its strength is not enough. The struggle fades into silence. The pack feeds quickly, their heads low, tearing at the hard-won meal. But even now, they are not at ease. Their eyes constantly scan the horizon. watching for rival predators like polar bears or other wolf packs who might be drawn by the scent of the kill. In the Arctic, a meal is never truly secure. After they have eaten their fill, the wolves melt away, disappearing back into the white wilderness as silently as they appeared. The frozen valley returns to stillness, the only evidence of the dramatic events, a dark patch on the snow. This is the law of the Arctic. It's a world where brute force alone is not enough to guarantee survival. Here, survival belongs not to the strongest, but to the smartest, the most patient, and the most united. The Arctic wolf pack is the ultimate embodiment of this principle, a superorganism that thinks, plans, and hunts as one. Their story is a powerful reminder of the intricate and often harsh beauty of the natural world. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey into the heart of the Arctic. If you were captivated by the intelligence and power of these amazing animals, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the wild.